My high school art teacher, Eva Ezram, was definitely hugely instrumental in my taking art seriously and understanding more about it and realizing that it could be a profession or a career. But it wasn't until I got into Miss Ezram's classes that I started to learn more about like figure drawing and different types of experimenting with different art media, looking at things from with a more serious eye. And
a moment that really stands out in my mind when I had him was that the only bad grade he ever got in my classes was a grade on his final exam his freshman year, and he wrote me a note. And he basically says, I've learned everything that I know about art in your class, and please don't quit. Don't let this grade get you down, because it really had a profound effect on me.
Matt has a genuine love for children's books, a genuine love for what he does, and it comes through.
This book, Wolf in the Snow, won the 2018 Caldecott Medal. It's basically the award means it's the most distinguished American children's picture book of the year. So I had an idea for a drawing, and it was to draw a girl in a red coat, and she was standing in this snowy field, and right across from her was a wolf. But the more I sat with it, I was really curious about what it was, and it seemed very dramatic, and I wondered if I might be able to turn it into a story just about like two different beings that misunderstand each other, but they're put into a place or a situation where they need to help each other, and by helping each other they learn about each other and learn to live peacefully with each other.
I went into his studio and where he works, and he wanted to show me one thing he was working on. He wasn't sure about it. It was the early process of a book that ultimately became the book called Wish, which addressed miscarriage and the struggles of childbirth and the dream of wanting a child. I could instantly see that this one came from a deep place. This came from his heart and his soul, and it was a story he needed to tell.
Wish is a fantastic book that book shoppers have been known to cry about in the middle of department stores, because it really homes in on what they may have been through when they have been unable to have a child. They're struggling to have children. And this talks about how there is hope, or there is hope for many. And what is fantastic about it, when the parents read these to their children, they get the point across that you are wanted.
Matt really has a way of connecting with the reader. He touches his audience. He knows why he's making those books and for whom he's making those books.
You have to be proud of all of the students that you've taught over the years. They don't all become famous. They don't all become Caldecott winners. But to know that you have a student that made it that far, but also recognizes you as having played a big part, that means the world.
I really just look forward to the next day of a new day of drawing. Every day that I draw, I'm better than the day that I drew before. So I feel like I just look forward to being able to make art. It's still sort of surprising in some ways that my job is to do the thing that I love. It's pretty exciting that I can have a career and support the family and do then by making drawings, and speaking to children and going to schools and just to having a good time.